And that's a known fact.
We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up.
We're live from the studios in Colorado Springs, Colorado.
Like every day.
It's now time to get this party started.
Come on now.
Check it out, party people. It's the Guard Body Gold.
Sonny T back.
It's Camp Low. Right here, locked down on the Manny and Dr. Church show.
Come on now.
Where we talking to?
The Manny and Dr. Church show.
Yo. This Lil Y.
Sonny Super Geechee Sway, hailing all the way from Black Hollywood. We got it locked right here on Blazing 98.5 FM. Keep it locked.
The Get Down Brothers.
Yeah.
Good morning, and welcome to the Manny and Dr. Church show. That's right, it's a calm kind of day here.
Very calm.
We're trying to be relaxed and just chill. Now we're waking up and we're saying it's a good day to have a good day, people.
It is a good day to have a good day.
All right, welcome to the Manny and Dr. Church show, yo. For real,
I know, but we gotta calm down.
we gotta calm.
Yeah, we gotta come in calm.
We gotta calm, cause I left my house last night, Manny.
You did.
I was like, I'm gonna participate, as Manny always says.
Actually, I'm gonna take it a step further. You didn't just leave your house. You left your wife, your pregnant wife with twins, to come out and do your job.
It just made me sad.
Yeah.
It made me sad. I come on out, and I'm like, I pull up, I roll up, I see my demoniism, and I'm like, hey, demoniism, is that you? And he's like, yes, it is I. And then he bowed his head, and I was like, demoniism, how is it here? How it goes? And he's like, I need you, my son, to take this disciple of ours back to his hotel, 1 ton from Potluck. And I was like, yes, son, yes, sir, yes, masters. And then I took him back. But then I come back expecting to have a mob scene. Yeah. Because you had vendors, there was tents, and we were at the Speakeasy Vape Lounge. Yeah. I came on down. I was like, I'm gonna see some.
Fest.
Yeah, I'm gonna see some good people. I heard they had Pastor Troy before, and they had Lil White before. They had just a whole
Dirty Reggae Punks.
They had a whole scene going, and then the next night was the Dirty Reggae Punks with a Dalmatian dog.
They do have a Dalmatian. That's
Come on.
Amazing, ain't it?
I talked about your Dalmatian dog to her, about her Dalmatian dog.
I mean, it was.
If we don't own Dalmatians, so we talk about people who own Dalmatians.
Like, I've met one of those and seen one.
Now I've met 2.
Now I know they're real, but it's to where such beautiful people have come through with such amazing talents, and then all of a sudden, you've got people that work for us
that don't carry cards on.
Last I'm told.
That tripped me out. I'm sorry, I do not carry cards in my profession.
I asked the guy as he was leaving if he had a business card. I wanted to shout him out this morning.
Right.
So, dude in the cool jacket.
He works for
shouting
us.
You out.
You mean that guy, the guy who works for us?
Right.
You mean the one that I pay my taxes?
Right.
And then he gets his paycheck? You mean that guy?
That's funny because he's like, I don't want you to get a hold of me, but I'll work for you though.
I'll work for you.
Listen, I'm a preface this.
Let's quit talking in code here.
I don't want to be too angry, but the police came in and they shut down the Speakeasy Vape Lounge.
The
fire marshal came. Sorry, the fire marshal came with the police in tandem to make sure there was no problems.
Yes.
There you go. And last I checked, like I said, it was we pay the bills. You know what I mean? Like we are the ones that pay the bills. We pay our taxes, and then from our tax money comes the budget.
The public, yes, we do
for
pay
the town.
The
right?
Yes.
So last night I started feeling like a 17-year-old kid again.
Right.
Where
isn't that great?
When
it really puts things into perspective of your liberties and freedoms.
Bro, I'm almost 40 in a couple years.
Right. Yeah, I know.
And I started feeling like a little kid again, where I'm like, wow, this supposed grown-ass man is coming to me here.
Yes.
Where I wasn't there to talk to him, because I would have I would have gone in cuffs probably. It wouldn't have gone. I don't know.
I got to listen to him.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously I talked, but they weren't really there to hear. You know what I mean? They weren't there to hear anything,
Right.
nonetheless. But nothing got out of hand. Everything was handled respectfully for the most part. There was some jabs taken. Unfortunately, professionalism, isn't always something that everybody's able to uphold. You know what I mean? And even if it's on the other side.
Dude, I mean, listen, people are people.
Right, that's what I get at.
Here's what I'm mad about, is that I have personal friends that grew up and randomly became police officers.
Right.
So I understand that cops are people too.
They are.
The same way I say that strippers are people too.
Yeah.
Okay? It's the same. They're all just people.
Yeah.
We're all just people.
Shout
okay?
out Diamond.
That's real.
Sorry.
No.
I ain't been to a strip club.
Sorry,
in years,
Mrs.
bro.
Manny. He's lying. He's so lying. He's so lying. He said, what'd you say? He was like, they don't accept nickels, I think you said. They get mad at you.
And when you try to swipe the card, bro.
Yeah, they didn't take it.
They'll ask you to leave.
But the local town is lucky because right now, if Bitcoin was further up, I would do what rich people do. And a lot of people don't recognize this to where it was
save their money.
What do rich people do?
All right, it was
hang out on their yacht.
I mean, they do that. But what you can do
nice.
is you can play with our system where you can mess with people, for real.
System, like the core
Like,
system?
yes, to where I've heard of a story where allegedly
I like stories, man.
a big company, right? A big multi-million-dollar company.
Okay.
And the owner had where he had a person under him that was running a lot of stuff. And she got upset, not happy, decided she was going to sue the company because she wasn't being treated fairly, she felt. Well, it became a personal thing. And the owner of the company is a rich guy. He paid this woman very well, so she had some money, you know what I mean? And so, well, it was more of a rich versus a wealthy guy, if you will, to where it was the rich person under the wealthy owner. Okay, so this girl, well, let's say, made $200,000-300,000 a year.
And she
had money.
Yeah, she was
in
doing
my
fine,
eyes,
right?
But then in comparison to the guy above her, is a joke. So she got upset and decided, I'm going to litigate. I'm going to sue you. You know the way I joke around, I don't regulate, I litigate. That's this wealthy guy. And so he came in and he was like, I don't care if I lose. I'm going to sue her till she's broke. Because I don't care if I lose in court. I want her to be broke. It won't matter. I will delay the court date so that she has to send a lawyer to come answer my complaints every time I put something out there. And I've got limitless amounts of money and lawyers, plural, on retainer.
He says lawyers.
That I can do that with. And so you litigate until the budget is gone. And I've seen people do that with the Church of Scientology. We've talked about that.
Right. You told me about that, how they were able to sue the IRS to where they were able to get their legal tax exemption.
Allegedly, all of the lawsuits randomly dropped after David Miscavige randomly had a private meeting with the head of the IRS at the time.
Wow, do your research.
Yeah, and so I sit back and I say, Colorado Springs, I have to say, if any of you in public office are listening, pray to the Lord Jesus that Bitcoin does not go up further, because I promise now, I would have been one of those upset people yesterday that would have then now come and litigate against the town because they cost the club money. Not only that, they made me feel like a 17-year-old.
Yeah, but what happens if you eat up the city's budget? Like
That's the point.
But if you do that, but then what happens to the city? Like,
the city eventually, they break. Okay. They have to bow, or they have to raise everyone's taxes, at which point they pay attention and they vote. And they go, oh, this jerk over here got us in a bunch of trouble. Let's not hire him back. I'm not voting for that guy. That guy just cost my taxes to go up by 20% because he had somebody litigate against the town because he thought it was okay to suddenly suddenly enforce the fire code.
Right, suddenly enforce the fire code.
I was looking at posters last night.
I told you the number of what they
how many
how they shut us down.
Can I interject?
Damien Demani's.
There might have if somebody's going to bring up to me the first part of what this situation could have been handled with early in the programming, if that wasn't handled, these people were like, ooh, like they got the Uno card because I'm hit them upside the head with that card because I know they didn't take care of it.
They didn't do that paperwork. I got them.
That's what it is. It's like, hey, if you got one black sock on, one white sock on, I'm going to point it out every time some cute chick walks in the room. Because I know you didn't change it, and you could have changed it. You could have put on 2 white socks or 2 black socks, but you decided not to.
Absolute power corrupting absolutely. It's like as soon as that officer or that individual got that power and decided, oh, now's my time, I want to flex my muscle. Now they decided to. Well, they didn't decide to do it last year or the year before, and I'm not talking just 420.
What if I told you the gentleman, and I try to be as polite as possible, what if I told you that they said that they could have moved yesterday? Or the day before, the 20th, and they could have moved at like 9 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? But he said that they waited. You know what I'm saying? But the moral of the story is that
I'm glad they didn't though.
That apparently all of this could have been avoided by a piece of paper and some cash, some money.
Right.
That's what I was informed last night by the individuals in the nice. You know, I'm not going to give you my business card because this is my profession. You know, I'm a secret guy.
Like,
all right, cool guy.
DT
Cool guy.
undercover.
Thanks.
Sometimes you got to take your packet in triplicate to get notarized, and sometimes that notary don't take it between 3 and 3:15, and then you could only get it to one spot at the other end of town when you have to be at the other end by 2 o'clock when you're not off of work until 4. So it's really rough when they know what they're doing.
They make a lot of hoops. A lot of hoops, and they put in a lot of excess little silly things for like, oh, get more money, get more money, get more money.
The moral of the story is that they came in and shut us down last night for the evening, and we'll be back open today. You know what I mean? They said that our maximum occupancy. Check this out.
I got you.
You hear me out there?
It's too early.
I'm enunciating.
You were up all night. This is what you do. But go on.
I'm definitely about ready to clock out after this. No, after 5 years of service, the Speakeasy's been around. They've held parties we're talking mass parties.
Right.
Some huge ones, right? So they decide that we're only allowed to have like 49 people in the building.
Is that only because of the party outside, though?
No, we're talking about zoning the building.
In the building.
We're talking about because it's a speakeasy, because of the style of building it is. This is according to their zoning, fire department, whatever. You got to go and.
I've seen square boxes that have more capacity.
Square boxes.
Well, like they do at other little vape spots. They always say like 150 on the wall. Man, I think the elevator has like more.
That's
people.
what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying is like the money. I guess
they paid the money. They got
money
the
and the permit. Like I said, could have changed all this because it could have changed the number of occupants allowed in the building.
Right.
Because you're paying the permit to get it.
I get it now. I don't understand what the extra count means when you pay the extra money to get the extra count.
You get them extra counts.
You get that. You get the extra. You get that extra. I mean, that's.
But at least, hey, you know what? At least 420 was off the hook.
It was, dude, man. 420. You know what? If they had the power to move on us on 420 and they didn't, you know what? Cool, thanks.
I'm sorry.
I had a great time.
You want to calm me down? I'm still mad, Manny. You're trying to pull me back up. Going, listen, they could have shut us down on the 20th. Listen.
I don't want to break FCC rule. So I'm trying to stay a little bit flat because here's the deal. Here's the truth about it. We're going to get red. We're going to get red in the building.
We're going to get red, and we're going to talk to him. He's going to give us all the details.
Owner of the club. He's going to come in, and he's going to give us details because I watched him stand in front of those fire department people as I talked to Mr. Cool guy in the coat. Mr. I'm the detective guy.
Whatever. This is Manny and the Dr. Joe.
Yeah.
You're a professional.
I did. I asked him. I was like, let me get a card. I want to shout you out.
I want to know your name.
I was like, we're going to talk about you in the morning. This is Manny and Dr. Church Show. You know? I mean, but
I hope they're listening because that's where, again,
don't hurt my feelings.
They're people too.
Yeah.
You know what's right. You know what's wrong.
Yeah.
You're sitting there playing the silliness where you're rolling in going, I've seen where yesterday I was saying I was in there for a moment just as it's closing down, helping clean up and whatever, working with you and so. There's posters on the wall I've seen where it showed many events. With just where I started looking at the amount of people in the pictures, like, I'm definitely over 49 in that picture. Then I look up and definitely there.
Apparently this is maybe quotable. Like I said, I don't like to misspeak. Red's going to come.
Yeah, no, go ahead.
This out. But he said that y'all were at 150 people in here. And he was like, well, how do you know that? He's like, well, I got to 100 and stopped. Well, that doesn't sound like you counted to 150, sir. Like nevertheless, like I said, there was some professionalism handled.
It required
some non-professional.
DT undercovers
Right. Yeah.
to find out how many people are in a building, Manny.
Oh yeah.
They was just bored because crime rate was really down over the weekend. 'Cause
Everybody was chilling.
everybody was chilling at their own little spots of like, we're kicked back here and not drive around because it's snowing, so we're just gonna hang out. And they got bored. I think that's what it was.
I'm just saying, it's just it becomes silliness, and it's like I said, it's if I had the power to litigate right now, which I kind of do, but don't. If I went down that road, I could literally litigate their jobs away.
That's wild how you could say, like I understand.
It's not a joke. Like I wish
Right,
it was
I
a
get
joke. It's why the Brooklyn DA decided not to prosecute pot anymore. He sat back and he went, "We only have so much of a budget."
So what you're saying
there's
is,
legitimate people killing
if there
people.
was a GoFundMe page to help litigate.
I mean, honestly, I'm sitting here going, maybe there should be something set up so it's like we could all collectively get mad. Because I sit back and I go again.
That's awesome.
They stopped and they just said, I'm done. I'm done litigating pop because again, we need this money to fight real issues. So if I litigated away their budget, Mr. Undercover Man that came in to count people,
right?
Really? Your undercover position was to count people?
No, there was also filming going on. There was a woman who filmed me.
Because there's not bodies popping up in Colorado that you shouldn't be checking into. There's not little kids dying every day.
Going without food. At
being
cafeterias.
abused.
Yeah. Right. There's more important stuff to handle instead of a bunch of potheads
Child
hanging out.
porn.
Yeah, handle that.
Come on. You're out here wasting our
Real.
tax dollars
That's
to
real.
tell me that there's 49 people where that cop was probably getting 30, 40 bucks an hour, okay? Sitting there clicking a little clicker, going, your tax dollars at work.
Click.
Yay.
Click.
One person, two. Oh, well, I got to 99. I'm going to stop counting. They're at 700 people approximately in there. Well, you had 700, sir? You counted this? Well, I got to 99 and I stopped after 99. So there obviously must have been 700 in there.
There's got to be a lot of people there.
Are you kidding?
Yeah, I don't know.
Welcome to the Dr. Manny and the Dr. Exaggerate Hour.
Yo, I'm angry though like that because again, I told you I was brought back to childhood where I felt like there was nowhere to go hang out.
No, that was no joke. That was the question. That was the question because I stood outside for a while because, people have questions. They're like, well,
right.
Where do we get to go to smoke our pot?
Where
And
can
I'm
I
like,
legally go medicate?
I was like, honestly, truthfully, I was like, I don't think there is a legal licensed place for you to consume your cannabis anymore. Well, tonight, tomorrow you can come back. But tonight they shut us down because we had too many people in the building.
My mental health may require a group setting.
Right.
Maybe it requires that I don't sit alone at home with my thoughts. Or maybe I need to be medicated in public. Maybe that's part of it.
Or maybe you're
just took that circle away?
contributing to our local economy as a tourist. Thousands of people who are sitting in a hotel room where it's illegal for you to consume cannabis.
Right, and now
you love it, and that's why you're here.
You think they coming back next year?
If,
when cannabis is legalized everywhere else? Get ready for that budget, Colorado Springs. Yay! As soon as New York legalizes, as soon as New Jersey legalizes, Florida legalizes, California just did it.
Texas is on its way.
You know how many people were like, I want to go to Colorado. Wait, it's cold. I'm going to go to California. It's legal there too right now.
Legal there too.
That's a new thing. It didn't happen last year.
How many people would lose their jobs at like FedEx and Brown if that happened? Because people are there with dogs. They're there making sure that no illegal packages come up missing. Like really, or no, that they're not sending drugs over here and there. But if marijuana did, that would stop a lot of that. So I think a lot of jobs would get X'd out because of it.
That's why I've even warned about the, everybody's happy about the economy with the housing market here. It's up 20% every year.
Yeah.
20%. Everybody's having a
Well,
good time.
It's because
Enjoy.
That's because of the trees. And what
Correct.
happened with bringing in all that extra tax revenue in Denver, it was a lovely thing because nothing was built since the mortgage crisis happened. So once everything started getting built again, they're like, oh, yes, we could tax this and keep it. Oh, but we're missing a couple million, but we won't really speak on that. But now we're going to let everybody be like slumlords. Oh, and we're going to raise rent because you still can't grow weed in your own spot.
Right.
But we're still going to raise your rent.
Because everybody wants to be here. So we're going to jack that up. So as I've been screaming is enjoy it. Enjoy it while it lasts.
Absolutely.
Forewarned, as I've been forewarned by somebody in the industry, the owner of Yeti Farm, sitting down with him, and he goes, pot, it's a commodity. It's grass, it's wheat, it's grain. All these guys running around getting $1,600 a pound. Remember when you were getting $4,000 a pound?
Yeah.
Yeah, it suddenly dropped last year by like
Make that
50%
money.
the year before. Now it's just dropping more and more. As people start making it for $50 a pound, you think they're going to care about charging $1,500? No, they'll go, I'll sell it for $500. I still made money. And then
made.
all these people are going to be out of business. It's not going to be good.
Oh, yeah.
And then all the other legalized states around us, it's going to make it so, again, the tourism is going to slow up. Where Colorado is beautiful. I love
is
this
beautiful.
place. And
I just
tourism's
commented on
definitely
the
going to
mountains on
stay.
the way in.
You always,
did.
I
yeah,
did.
you always
He
know
did.
where West is.
He was trying to calm me down because I was really
Like
upset.
I tell you, dude, I don't do anger very well.
Right.
Like, and I've got FCC.
'Cause Manny
and
goes
I
all
ain't
the
got
way
the
with it.
budget. I ain't got the budget to really.
We only have
you know.
so many microphones. Man, he'll start swinging and throwing mics. You're right. You're
If there
right.
was no trees, yes, there would.
I appreciate you for holding your anger within.
So let's get Colorado Springs into some music.
You're right.
And just understand that this is brought to you by Warp Zone Gaming.
That is right.
Where there's
And
more
Lab
seats
Builder.
in there than 42
And
seats.
Lab Builder Supplies. That is correct. Lab Builder Supplies and Warp Zone Gaming, two of the best companies out there in this local
What do you got,
community.
Mr. Damian Damani?
What about fingertip to elbow glove guy?
That is Lab Builder Supplies.
Oh, nice, nice.
Lab Builder Supplies.
I know tattoo artists that
They want the
Artificially
gloves.
inseminate
want the
cattle.
gloves.
They need the
You
gloves.
said fingertip to elbow.
Yeah.
See, it's as long as you hear about things being involved with cannabis or things being involved with tattoos, they cost more. So them gloves, they get expensive, y'all. They get expensive.
Colorado
That's real.
Springs, the darkness is in the building.
Hey,
What's
hey,
good?
Hey.
Partied a little bit too much with my boys last night.
Yeah, you did.
Listen,
Oh my God.
when one ton puts on a private show, it's hard to say, no, I gotta
private.
go home and gotta go to bed.
A private exclusive show.
Come on.
To where he performed nothing but unreleased.
That doesn't
material.
happen.
Like,
Yo, hashtag look out for that one.
dude, hashtag track is gonna be on fire.
It's gonna
Not
be
only
fire.
that,
Hey,
I'm
get
a
into-
fan.
Let's get into some music.
I'm a fan.
shoot, I got
What do we
some
got?
Lost Boys coming up because we lost.
We
Nice.
lost.
That's real.
Colorado Springs, keep it locked. It's blazing.
I'm just
Velcro on your cowboy boots, Manny?
Sorry.
Weird, bro. Welcome
Nice.
back to the Manny and Dr. Church Show featuring the
pulled some hair.
darkness.
What's good? You pulled some hair? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, open-toed cowboy boots.
Oh, nice.
Manny, I thought you weren't going to bring that up on the
All right,
bro. You
anywho.
got some weird
Carry
stuff.
on.
Is that
Anyway,
like their camel toes?
welcome to the Manny and Dr. Church Show. We've been talking this morning about some randomness, which we will hopefully get back to, where
Oh,
we'll
we're
hopefully
gonna-
have the
I mean, no
odors.
randomness is happening.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a line out of from Pastor Troy. I'm gonna tap that note. Tap it on the nose.
Hey,
Tap
hey.
that nose.
You're going to tap that nose.
You're gonna
Tap
tap
the
that nose or tap it
We're gonna
on the
tap it.
nose?
All right.
Tap nose.
Let's
Okay.
do some
He
learning.
said it both.
Let's do some learning. That's what we do here on the
wanna
Manny
learn?
and Dr. Church Show here, and featuring the darkness. We learn.
we
we
don't.
like to learn.
We like to do that.
I like to learn.
Do I learn?
We learned.
We learned.
Today I learned. Billy Joel.
Are you gonna start
Like the
singing?
Hip hop
singer,
and
the
R&B.
I
piano.
was gonna say, are you gonna?
I know,
start
like I
singing?
was like the piano guy.
Well, I figure we're on a hip hop channel. Let's
Yeah, you know.
let's make something learning about original hip hop and R&B. So Billy Joel, obviously hip hop and R&B.
Yeah.
Never sells front row seats in order to see the real fans right in front of him. Gives them away to random people in the cheap seats so that front row isn't always just wealthy people. That's a beautiful thing.
Billy
love
Joel,
him.
you're awesome.
Yeah, that's a beautiful thing. 'cause
Yeah.
I've been to a concert, and he's from the Long Island area.
Yeah.
And Long Island is where I've seen wealthy people versus rich people, which I said there is a difference.
There is a difference.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And these characters come in a whole nother level, and I love the idea that he's like, nah, y'all let my neighbors forget you.
Right.
I want the people that brought me here to be up front, actually caring and being involved. I gotta appreciate that.
A good grip. I realized that a good grip ago. I saw LeBron James at a concert.
Really?
Well, I personally, he was on his World Star, whatever, you know, is on the internet.
Right.
They're filming and stuff like that. He's there at the concert having a good time, right? But then I'm looking around, I'm like, man, there's people in front of him. Like a lot of people in front of him.
Wow.
This is LeBron James.
Yeah, but
Like, you
everybody
would
doesn't
think-
feel like they're a true fan if you're right there in front. You want to be in the mucky muck
with the mix.
with everybody like, yeah, not the
feel it.
people like getting like all dressed up.
Hey,
at a
ho,
rap
I'm
co-
here to see ya. Big old fan of Jay-Z. Yeah.
I think that's
Girls,
beautiful
girls,
though.
girls.
This
That's
guy.
right. Love the girls track, Jay-Z Hovenator. I'm a big fan. Yeah, no, that's That's real. I appreciate that. When I saw Billy Joel, he was
Right
drunk.
on,
It was
Billy.
hilarious. Allegedly drunk.
Allegedly.
No, pretty much
No.
not alleged. He came out pretty much.
Thanks, Billy Joel.
Yay!
Sing me a song on the piano.
Captain Jack got me high tonight. Woo! That's good old Billy. Good job, Billy.
Thanks, Billy Joel.
Anyway, today I learned Carrie Fisher, rest in
Aw,
peace.
Yeah, shout out.
I love me some Princess Leia. She delivered a cow tongue inside a Tiffany box. Do you know Tiffany's the little
Yeah.
blue box?
Yeah.
She delivered a cow tongue inside of a Tiffany box to a predatory producer who had assaulted her friend. She said, "The next delivery will be something of yours in a much smaller box."
Oh, that's awesome.
Carrie
She's
Fisher don't play.
gangsta.
Play.
She don't play.
World star.
Hey, you know what? And that was before that hashtag Me Too. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? That's how it was handled.
Yup.
Unfortunately, I wish that's how everybody could handle a situation. Is like,
Man.
if you feel like you're getting creeped on, and you know somebody's getting creeped on, make noise
Let's
and
handle
make it
some stuff.
obnoxious.
Yeah.
Because that's
Man.
it. You can.
Send him a cow tongue.
Carrie Fisher, original OG.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thug- this
From
is-
galaxy to
Thug Life,
galaxy.
You know, Thug Life comes into play.
Right? That's real. That's real. All right, today I learned hundreds of love letters between two gay World War II soldiers were found and are being made into a book. In one of them wrote, "Wouldn't it be wonderful if all our letters could be published in the future in a more enlightened time? Then all the world could see how in love we are."
I don't know if I want their memoirs.
You don't want
Maybe
When
do
you
it.
stuck
buddy
your
stories?
fist of fury and rubbed my back. You
It's
know,
real.
One time I was in the foxhole.
and I thought of you.
Manny, not right now. Not right, don't. This is
These
not
weren't my
Manny's
love
moments.
stories. These aren't my love
okay,
stories,
okay.
you know?
All right, sorry.
Yeah, you said World War II.
You're in the foxhole. It was furry. Thought of you.
Today I learned. You'll love this one, man. Nintendo Jesus. We have Nintendo Jesus here from
You're
Warp
silly
Zone
guy.
Gaming.
You're silly.
Today I learned when Nintendo had a fall in revenue from the less successful Wii U,
Yeah.
its CEO cut his pay in half for 5 months rather than blame workers.
Well, what if I told you the guy that created the remember the VR, the original Nintendo VR?
Yeah, I
Okay,
do.
That was the original creator of the Game Boy, right?
Okay.
And he got a lot of praise for the Game Boy,
Sure.
right? Real lifted. You're like, you made this. You lots of money, blah, blah. And then he came out with that VR headset and it's like, dude, I'm out. I quit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm done.
I'm
you know?
finished.
But nonetheless, maybe this guy took a 5-month pay cut just so he can keep his job.
Yeah, maybe he had no choice. Like,
Yeah, like,
maybe
no
it
choice,
wasn't
like,
his choice to take that pay
exactly.
cut, but he was like, I'm gonna
take
talk
this
about that.
so I can stay with you because I made a poor choice and I made the same console twice with a touchpad.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. That's the Wii U.
That weird CEO/worker difference is weird to me as well. The high pay in worker versus the like you were able to cut your pay in half and it didn't matter. What?
Sometimes it's called the savings account.
Oh shoot!
Well,
man,
in the you
still.
got to understand in the Army, you know, when you get an Article 15, they take your money, and so it doesn't really matter what you got.
Yes,
in the
they do.
the darkness should come back. Yes.
Yes.
I've had one or two of those, and yes, they do.
It's real.
I got all three, man. I got all three of them. Still got out as an E5 honorably.
Oh man, it's because you're.
No.
Ooh.
You gonna pull the race card?
No, I said you're polite.
Like, oh, you're right. You're right.
Good save. Good save.
All of the darkness, ladies and gentlemen. All right.
All right. Today I learned.
That
Politically
Beethoven,
correct.
after Beethoven went deaf, he found that he could affix a metal rod to his piano
Yes.
and bite down on it while he played, enabling him to hear perfectly through vibrations in his jawbone. The process is called bone conduction.
Right. They've used
Never
that.
knew that.
They're using the same kind of technology with the toothbrush. You put the toothbrush in your face, you start brushing, and you hear music, but nobody else can hear the music.
So you know how long to brush?
Right.
I've heard of headphones like that where you put
You
it
put 'em
around
in
your
your mouth?
neck. They're
Nope.
not, they're no, they go around your neck. They sit around your neck and just sit there, and then you
Okay.
hear
What's in it?
you hear it inside. So you're saying it's a toothbrush?
But there's also sunglasses. You can put sunglasses on now that don't even have earbuds.
That's incredible.
That don't even have earbuds, man. And
Wow.
all it does is just send little vibrations through the, you know.
Right.
bones in your
And
I
it-
think
there's
that we're
a-
advanced enough to pull people's eyes out who can't see and put in eyes that they can.
That's incredible that the body can
Right.
connect dots like that. Like through vibrations, it's able to like translate that into sound in your mind.
Well, no,
if
it's
that
already
makes
doing it.
sense.
It's already doing that. All we've done is learned how to translate it to some of our technology.
Right.
Like they say that motion controls. I saw a simulation done where this guy was wearing like a little net on his head. You know, all the little wires connected, this, that, and the other, and it was hooked up to a monitor, an old school computer screen, and there was a 3D box sitting there floating in the screen, and his job there was to manipulate this box.
Make it move.
Right, with no control. He ain't got a mouse. He
Right.
ain't got nothing like that. And all that they're trying to do is get these signals from your brain to transfer, from inside your brain to these wired signals that
Right.
are on top of this little net that's on your hat. And when that signal is sent, all it is a red light, green light.
Right.
When the green light goes, the box moves.
Well, that's how
You just-
people. That's how they know about when people are in a coma.
Right.
If they're coming out or if they're reading stuff.
Firing
It's the same thing.
synapses. The brain is firing. If the brain's firing, all you got to do is capture that signal when
Right.
it's firing, and if it has a pattern, then you can control what it's controlling. So if you've got 4 patterns that you can recognize signals,
Right.
now you can control 4 buttons.
That's what I love. The translation of the patterns is what I was saying. So the way it'll just the brain naturally translates the vibrations so on. So it's kind of like with reading, they have where with speed reading. If you've ever
Great concept. Read
learned
into that. Check that out.
It's pretty cool because your brain automatically, you just read every third word, and then by the end of like a page, your brain automatically fills in the gaps. It's really weird. Or it's kind of like, I've seen, they'll take out certain letters out of a bunch of words and just put it onto a screen, and your brain automatically just fills in the gaps. It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing, the brain, if you will, and we're scanning it more and finding more out.
I know. Let's just keep that with actual humans, other than trying to.
You don't like
let's
Sophie?
build
You
a.
don't like Sophie, our robot? Well, it's not our robot. I guess it's Saudi's robot, isn't it? Saudi Arabia?
Yeah. That's the first citizen.
Yeah.
Sophie.
Robot citizen.
No.
Sophie.
She got legs.
Manny
Apparently,
says
she got legs.
Yo, they put a just going with this whole AI with the whole thing
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on.
What do you got?
They fired in China. They fired a newscaster, built one out of like the AI with
No.
the same face and all to take over her job.
Like took her face?
Took her face
No.
and put it on, and fired her and used the robot
Oh,
to
no.
do their thing.
Well,
It's too much.
Do they have likeness rights out there? Do they? I mean,
That is correct.
Do they have
sir.
what?
So,
likeness rights. Like you. I mean,
can you
like,
own your likeness?
Somebody.
She
can't-
didn't even know that they did it.
Oh no.
No, that they were working on it the whole time. They didn't know that she did it. So her friends didn't even know she got fired
They thought it was
because
her.
it was yeah, like the mannequin. They have like the little wax figures.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like, but it talks
Right.
and everything with her voice. And when I was
No.
like, you can, but there's nothing that she could do about it.
So that's
because
the future.
it's something
what
in there.
Manny just said is to where can you own your facial rights? And so the idea
Oh,
being is
that's what
that
you're saying.
you've heard of real dolls,
Right.
Yeah.
where people have relations with dolls.
Yeah.
So the idea being is as time progresses,
They had that movie
can I
out.
buy an Angelina Jolie doll and just start going nuts on it, like as a manufacturer?
Ba-dum.
You know,
Go nuts on it.
You know what I
It
mean?
was like a pun. Okay.
It's punny, you know.
What Futurama, man? They did Lucy Liu. You remember Darkness?
I do remember. That was
Yeah.
a good one.
But anyway, yeah.
Look it up. Look it up.
Yeah.
Lucy Liu.
do your
all right.
own homework.
All right, yeah, but I guess the
Robot
idea being
episode.
they say eventually, future-wise, you're gonna have a J-Lo real doll, and J-Lo's eventually gonna have to be like, "That's my face." No, I'm not okay with you making my face with a wide open mouth.
Here's the truth.
For every 25-year-old out
Here's
there
the
that's
truth about
alone.
it.
I don't know if it's her face that they want to have wide open. I'm just
I mean,
saying.
they
It's
might.
J-Lo.
The truth about it is, though, is that in truth, I think it's all you have to do is change things like 20%,
And then you can own it.
and then it's a different copy.
It's
So
J-Lo
it's
with
just
a nose
like
job.
it's like
J-Lo
playing
with the
people's
nose
music.
job.
You know,
It's-
if you play it and you change one note, it's not copyright.
Dun, 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 dun,
So you're
dun,
gonna end up with, and we
dun,
talked
dun,
about this
under
earlier.
pressure, or is it ice, baby?
Exactly. But if
Right.
you change one
the
note in
hair.
it, it's no longer you taking their stuff.
Mm.
Remember how
So-
we were talking about counterfeit?
Mm.
So we're gonna
Yes.
get counterfeit Kim Kardashians.
We're gonna get counterfeit bootleg AI real dolls.
Wow.
They're gonna almost look like them.
Oh Lord,
It's
oh
gonna be
Lord.
great.
That's disturbing because back in the day when Stern was starting up, when the real doll was coming out back in the day in the night.
Instead of
They
the one
had
that had
one. They had one shipped to the studio,
Well, like,
and it got weird.
Oh my gosh.
It got really, really weird.
Yeah.
I just got that new dog. Hold on, I need some more. I'm gonna take a nap.
Oh Lord.
They had-
Speaking of
Good.
Angelina Jolie, today I learned Angelina Jolie allegedly, I'll put that on here because it's the internet, once tried to hire a hitman to kill her because she felt that a murder would be easier on her family than her committing suicide. The would-be hitman talked her out of it by asking her to wait a month, allegedly.
Well, thanks, Hitman.
Thank you, Hitman,
Yeah.
for giving us all those weird movies.
for giving us.
I
Lara
was
Croft.
crazy now.
They
I don't know
gave, they
what
gave
to
us
say.
Lara Croft.
Today I learned.
The original.
The original.
Yeah.
Today I learned a woman was sentenced to life in prison. Oh, I don't want to read this one. Was
Did she get
sentenced to
married?
life in prison for poisoning her child to death
Oh.
with antifreeze. She gave birth to a second child while in prison, who was given to foster care, but became sick with the same symptoms, indicating a genetic metabolic disorder, not poisoning. She was later released. Oh my Lord.
So they
Wait.
thought it was antifreeze.
Wow. So they thought it was. I thought I was reading like some horror story right
I know,
now.
I
Like,
did
what
too. I
just
was like,
read?
what's
So
wrong
no.
with you?
So I
False.
guess
It was a false.
Yeah.
False flag kind of.
They
False
thought that it
because
was
just
antifreeze.
genetically in their body.
Right. It was
producing
a genetic
poison.
metabolic disorder, not poisoning.
False positive. It was a false positive. The kid got tested, came up with antifreeze, and I'm like, oh, you're poisoning your kid. We're taking him. We were just talking about medical kidnapping, bro. We were just talking about this yesterday.
Shoot.
And then this woman's stuck in prison for life, and then it turns out she has a kid in prison.
How long was she like?
And it's
How long was she
tested.
locked up?
And then she's released because they realize that it's in her blood. It's who she
It's
is.
a metabolic genetic disorder.
Wow.
But they're not saying how long she was locked up before they found out with her second child.
No,
It's
no.
not.
I mean, it had to be within 9 months.
There you go. Yeah, no kidding.
Unless something's happening
Or
in
did
jail,
she
then we
sit
need to
there
talk
and
about
say
something
that
else.
There's no way. Somebody get me pregnant so I can prove this. You know, like there's no way.
I started looking a little bit into the medical kidnapping, just a hair. And when I was
Yeah.
looking into it, was basically explaining how medical doctors are allowed to decide whether or not you get to keep your kids. And so, as somebody who has grown up with doctors and watched doctors become doctors, where I worked at
Right.
their universities, I worked at
Before they were
NYU,
doctors.
I work at Cornell, I work at some of the best universities in the world,
Absolutely.
and I've watched PhDs get their PhDs. I've watched MDs get their MDs.
You watch people.
Right. Get
You
their
watch
doctorate.
people.
And I've realized that's why I'm so afraid of elective surgery. Is I've gone, oh, Joe's an idiot, and now he's a doctor, and he cuts people open. What are you, nuts? Oh my God! And they just, oh, he's a doctor, so they let him do it.
Right,
like,
but
no,
He just moved to Cincinnati, so he's out of
they
my
have
hands.
no idea.
Cool.
They have no idea.
It's all right.
Yeah, yeah. So I
By
hear
the
that
way,
doctors
Seattle's
are
paying well. Seattle's paying well. You can go to there. You know.
allowed. It's
Just
where.
saying.
So as I've
They're
explained,
everywhere.
They're practicing medicine, and so in their practice now, they get to practice on whether or not you get to keep your kid, based on practice.
I'd like to know what section
Oh,
of the book,
Lord.
you know, that they're going to school for. You know, what semester do they study?
Because
child-
all of us should go.
right, yeah, like teach me.
Take one term and be like, you know, they threw a doctor in front of my name, bro.
Seriously,
do
Seriously, it's all
something.
good. It's all good. This show is brought to you by Warp Zone Gaming. We're gonna pause the learning, because
And it's
come
brought
close.
to you by Colorado Springs.
That's right.
Because here's the truth about it: without Colorado Springs, I
Wouldn't be
don't
here.
have to do this. You know, what I mean, I
True.
could literally be sitting at home, but you know, I'm doing this for Colorado Springs.
For the people.
Yeah.
I'm doing this to tickle my ego.
Are you?
Yeah, it makes me feel good when I get up in the morning to say I'm on the
I'm
radio.
just doing this to hang out with my friends.
Oh.
Because I don't have any.
I'm the dark one then.
Except for
yeah.
y'all.
I'm
It's
sorry.
Good to see you, darkness.
I admit to the terror.
It's good to see you, darkness. The lights are on.
I
It's good to see you too, bro. We're Tywood.
That was terrible.
We are tired.
Welcome to the Manny and Dr. Church Show featuring the darkness.
You can find us on
And-
social media.
Actually, I get on here, honestly, is because I think that sometimes noise needs to be made about certain things and it's not enough, such as, why are we at war for this long?
How come Fountain still ain't got clean water?
Why does Fountain not have clean water?
I mean, it could be orange and lavender looking.
How's the texture?
My
Is it
foot
chalky?
has been glowing for 6 days. 'Cause
Allegedly.
I brushed my teeth with the water the other day. Allegedly, okay?
I'm waiting for the Simpson fish. Like
Oh,
once
it-
the Simpson fish hits, yeah. I
I'm
think
totally getting one.
Well, this craziness is brought to you by Warp Zone Gaming, which is in the back of the Speakeasy Vape Lounge at 2508 East Bijou or Bijou,
Which will be open today.
depending on if you're listening to your navigation, which will be open today. That's right. Nintendo Jesus will be there, gracing us with his presence.
At the speakeasy.
You know, this is the first time that I've gone there and hung out with my brothers in crime here. And Manny is just like, no, I'm not going to be back here. I'm going to be up there. We had the 2 private concerts yesterday,
Right,
man.
yeah.
Shout out to Seville.
Right.
But everybody kept coming back there, and you're like,
Right, just
no,
hanging.
I'm actually going up there now.
Y'all got to go up front. I'm going to clean up my AO here. Y'all gotta
Nintendo
go.
Jesus must walk. He was like Forrest Gump. He's like, I just don't feel like running no more. And then everybody's like, what do you mean? What do we do? We always
Like,
hang
no,
back
y'all,
here.
Y'all
The
gotta
guy
go
was
out
like,
to
I
the
guess
other
I was in the wrong spot. He was like, nope, because now I'm about to go out there.
I'm going to go over there.
So if y'all want to play some retro video
But he'll be
games,
there.
He's got all the games you've ever wanted to play.
You think of a retro game from your childhood. I got the original hardware to
Got
play
them all.
on. Yeah.
All of them. All of them.
Do you have
All of
the
them matter.
mat for Dance Nation?
Does that
No,
one
I
matter?
don't do
No,
that.
that one doesn't matter. Nope. Doesn't have that one
But
because
I-
it doesn't matter.
But I do have the running pad.
See, that one matters.
So we
he has
can
the
play
running
it
pad.
on Nintendo.
The running pad
Oh,
matters.
nice.
You know what I mean?
Because
Right.
somebody asked if you had the thing, and I said, you go back there and ask them that.
It's only
You will
the ones
never
that
be
matter.
able to be.
Dude, you should have
You will
seen some
never
of the-
be able to come back here again.
You should have seen some of the cats I had playing Wild Gunman.
Meow.
I mean, dude, we were having such a good time. If you remember Wild Gunman, it puts you.
I don't.
It's a quick draw. You're
Okay.
a cowboy game, and it gave you the zapper, the gun. You know, it's not just we didn't
You have to
just
like
have
stand up
shotgun.
and then
Yeah.
and
So
then
the
draw.
cowboy would come across the screen, and then when his eyes would shine, you'd have X amount of time to shoot
Pop
him.
'em.
Like it would give you like 1 second, 0.60. You know what I mean? Or
Mm-hmm.
what, 0.9. You know, or 0.4. And you would have to beat that time, and if you didn't beat that time, you died. You know what I mean?
Oh.
But you had to hit
I don't
him.
know that game. I missed
don't
that
know.
one.
I
It's
wish
Wild
I
Gunman,
would've
man. You ain't seen.
Missed that one.
Really?
Back to the Future?
Back to the Future.
It's the one from Back
the
to- oh,
arcade,
yes.
Right, the
You got me.
arcade.
Got me.
So
Locked
the
in.
Nintendo came out with a home console with a zapper gun.
Dude, you found all those, like Lethal, he even has Lethal Enforcers. The one from the arcade
little
with the
blue
pink and the
with
blue
the blue
gun.
gun.
You had to
Yeah.
mail away for the pink
Yeah.
gun.
Stop.
He's got it.
It's a lot of fun.
Like, stop it. He's got it. Like I said, he has the ones that matter.
Exactly.
That's the best way to describe it. He has the ones that matter. So, Speakeasy Vape Lounge, 2508 East Bijou. The show is also brought to you by Lab Builder Supplies.
Get your gloves.
Get your gloves.
Make that love. Be safe.
They gave me a thing I got
Love
here.
and love.
Are you looking for an answer? Are you looking for that special someone? Do you want to know the secret to life? Do you have a hole in your heart? Are you a squirrel milk extractor and are you lonely? Well, don't call Lab Builder Supplies because they don't care. But if you need gloves, they're the ones that you contact because Nitron Gloves is their specialty right now. They also have lots of extraction equipment as well. Gloves, the special's going on until tonight at midnight. $4.20 a box, $42 a case of gloves. Nitrile. All of you are paying way too much money. Phone call. Phone number is 719
Uh-oh.
722 4181. Darkness is getting ready like, we're going to give out the station number. No.
Because I don't
Lab
remember
Builder
anything but the
Supplies.
last four.
Lab Builder Supplies, 719 722 4181. Get your gloves, y'all.
And if you want the station number, hit us up on Facebook at the Manny and Dr. Church Show and join the group. And
That's
I
right.
might give it to you.
That's right. Because all of our viewers out there, that was my favorite thing to say.
The viewers
I
on
heard
radio,
somebody
you're
yesterday
awesome.
say the viewers on the radio, and I was like, did he just say our viewing audience?
see you, Colorado
Like, what?
I see you.
Share. You got the good drugs, y'all. They taking them bath salts on some of
This
them other
is radio.
shows. That's real. Let's get into some music, y'all, because that's real.
Yeah, you got some Hanson, some Bon Jovi.
No, we got some
Hold on.
Garth
Before we even do that, I have
Darkness
to
is
say
gonna
something.
bring some light.
Oh, well, now we got music starting, so let's go back
Okay,
to
well,
let's
never
go
mind.
back to music. Go back to just talking. Let's
All
talk.
right.
That's all
Well,
right.
do your job.
Keep talking.
What do you got to do?
What we
No.
got? Talk to me, Darkness.
Who are the gentlemen that are on right after us?
Yesterday?
Oh, we
Daily
got
Dose.
the Daily Dose. Are you kidding?
Let me tell you something.
I love
about
the Daily Dose. Like a legitimate talk show, you mean?
I
You them?
listen to them. I mean, I listen to them every time I drive home. They gave out the best shout out
They gave
to the
love
Manny and the Dr. Church show.
Oh, yeah?
They told what we were about.
Really?
They were just like, yo, get entertained on the funny bone side of what they say, you know, and all that. You know, shout out to y'all guys. And they said, to y'all guys and gal, thank you.
Hey.
Appreciate you, Daily
Recognize the
Dose.
darkness. That's real. That's real.
No, I mean, they just recognize really good talk radio, and they know what we're about, man. And we're always pushing them. I was like, if you want to be educated on a different level.
Differently, yeah.
On cannabis, that's their specialty.
You know what I'm
the
saying?
411 on the
it's
420.
some real stuff they're talking about.
Yup.
So shout out to Daily Dose. That's all I was going to say.
All day, definitely. And I'm going to plug their website, web show. I'm all messy. I can see our viewers, Colorado Springs. If you're watching us right now,
Amy and Damani give you some bath salts.
reset on them bath salts because
Are
you
you
can
okay?
see us and I can see you. This is weird.
Yeah.
Anyway, shout out to the Daily Dose. Go to their website, the Daily Dose Radio Talk Show, where they've got amazing deals.
On their website?
Oh my gosh. And it's only on their website. You can't find them anywhere else because they're that much doing their job. I want to go into some music, get them hot, because that's real.
Then we should shout out Blazing,
And Dirty Games.
because this is what we do. Keep
That's-
it locked. It's the Manny and Dr. Church show.
Those open-toed cowboy shoes you got,
Those-
though.
they're hot, right?
Beautiful, bro.
Best red ever.
So nice. Monty, the left your bath salts out. Go back.
Sweep them up.
Welcome back to the Manny and Dr.
Man.
Church Show featuring the darkness.
What's good? It's good to be home. Good to be home.
God, it's good to see darkness.
Good morning. That's not
Every time you say it, I feel like you're saying something racial.
You
Oh,
said
man,
that's the
it's-
name you wanted.
But I'm saying, just when you say it,
I know.
I feel like it's
I
like
know.
a hard R in the paint.
I know. I'm
I'm
sorry.
playing.
I'm sorry.
Love this, Manny Fresh. Love you. Love you.
Did you let Dr. Church know that it's his Veltrex, not my bath salts? Are you guys on air? My bad.
Nice.
My Valtrex prescription has nothing to do with these airwaves, Damani. Not right now.
Wow.
Anyway.
We had to go there this morning.
Today I learned
Valtrex.
Yeah.
I have not heard that.
Wow.
In a while.
Are you gonna?
Eminem's song.
Oh, you're just gonna sweep it under the rug? You're not gonna.
I don't
address
want to
it?
talk about
You
that,
don't want to
man.
apologize to Colorado Springs for trying to book two shows at the same time?
Right. Any of you that were listening, you might have heard some background music with
A talk show, like he was
a
trying-
talk show with more background music with the other So we have background music, and a talk show.
background music, instrumental talk show.
Yeah. There you
Yes.
go. And I felt like
Any way
Colorado
you look at it,
Springs-
it was wrong.
Yeah.
Listen, I felt like our viewers,
Wanted. Yeah.
the people watching us right now with their ears, you
Yeah,
know?
Okay. They didn't get that joke because they weren't
Yeah.
listening earlier. 'Cause
Yeah.
remember, there was two shows booked at the same time, so they didn't hear our show earlier.
Exactly.
hear it.
But
Yeah.
people are just waking up anyway. Don't worry about it. These people are
You
just
booked
now
two
waking up.
shows,
So
and now we're not going to do that no
now
more.
we could
I won't
start
do that. All right.
All right, so this is
The Manny and Dr. Church Show featuring
the darkness. What's up?
Bringing the light.
Today I learned
What-
Eminem's song, Lose Yourself, was
In
the,
the moment.
first rap song.
Sorry, I don't actually know
Yeah,
the words.
I
I don't know the
let
words
it
actually.
go.
Continue.
Yeah.
go on.
You keep
Continue.
going.
It was the first rap song.
Mom spaghetti.
It was the first rap song to win an Oscar for the best original song. But Eminem did not even watch the awards because he did not think he stood a chance at winning. Instead, he fell asleep watching cartoons with his kid.
Well, he played dad. That's cool.
I mean, that's the best way of
But
doing
it sounded like a commercial for like an antidepressant.
Right? I just fell asleep. I didn't know what was going
I
on.
don't think
It
I was
didn't
gonna
matter.
win.
I didn't think it
So I
mattered.
didn't go.
It's one of those moments where I don't know that you're self-aware, where you don't realize that you're making it until you.
Dude, he had
realize,
8 Mile.
oh.
He's in a movie. Like you're gonna make something. You
Yeah,
got a
but-
chance.
who did he make out with?
Brittany Murphy. Before she passed away, rest in peace.
Oh. Yeah, but
Yeah.
that's where I point out. I think
You
sometimes
didn't know you made it.
we
Right.
think.
You know what I'm saying? Like he made it.
Yeah, but
he
we
made out
think
with
that
Brittany Murphy.
I think we think people's lifestyles are different
She's
than
still
they are.
almost on my checklist. But
Almost.
she's been out for a while.
That on the bottom.
Yeah, bottom of the list.
I-
Probably
I-
not gonna kiss her now. All right. Anyways.
I can't even. I ain't even throw it in. Y'all are silly. All right. Today I learned scientists discovered a dinosaur tail perfectly preserved in amber. It is full of feathers.
What was Amber doing? Where was she?
You don't remember Jurassic Park, bro? The amber?
Oh, the tree sap.
Come on, guy.
All right.
Yeah, I've
You
never
don't
seen
remember
Jurassic
that?
Park.
Oh, that was
Okay.
a win.
Fossils.
Really?
Really?
The original OG 95 Jurassic Park?
I
you
knew.
serious?
I knew that dude was in it.
That what that
Oh.
That dude that was on Thor. And The Fly. Jeff
Thor was
Goldblum.
in
No, Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, okay. He's in Thor. I didn't
He's
see Thor.
in
so I wouldn't know.
Ragnarok. He's on the last one.
You saw Thor, but you didn't see Jurassic Park.
None
We
of
got it
them.
on VHS. We'll hook you up.
Dinosaurs.
And I
come
got a
on.
VCR.
No,
I'll hook you
I
up with that
know
too.
the concept. I've just never seen
So
it.
you're telling me that this dinosaur was preserved? What?
Preserved
it?
in what?
Amber.
Amber. Like tree sap, basically. It's amber.
Okay.
Same stuff.
What
pretty
kind of
much.
dinosaur was this?
I
It
don't know.
had
It just said that it
feathers.
was full of feathers.
That's what I'm saying. A dinosaur is
A
full
dinosaur
of like
tail.
it was like a
They just found the tail,
Okay.
and they said that it was full of feathers. So
tethers.
imagine a T-Rex, but with a bunch of feathers.
Oh.
I
Well,
guess
that's
is
nice.
the idea.
It was the flamboyant dinosaur.
Had one of them like frilly, like special.
He
frilly
was
feather
living
things.
differently then.
Hey,
He was just living
different.
If y'all can see
Oh man,
this
They
man's
can't-
face.
They can't see.
That's
Well,
real.
It's
Yes,
all
they
right.
can. There are viewers.
All right. So
Thanks, Colorado Springs.
today I learned Quebec banned ads for toys and fast food aimed at children under 13, resulting in lowered childhood obesity rates. Yeah.
Thank you. That's a
Wait-
solution.
Wait a minute. What?
They're not targeting the children. Like,
Right.
okay, so your child
The kid will actually
wants
know.
it. Yeah.
The kid will know that the meat tastes like gray, if that makes sense. Like they'll know that the cheeseburger they're biting into is weird instead of being so overcome with the emotion of a new toy.
Okay.
They
so
won't
they can
bite into it and go,
focus.
"I'm so happy."
Focus on the food.
They'll
That's
go,
what. That's
"Ew,
what we're saying.
ew, this wrapped burger in plastic is weird, and they won't be so busy going, "Oh my gosh, look at this crazy
And
real
then just
doll."
like shoveling stuff in their mouth. Got it.
Yeah.
Good move. Do that everywhere. It's cheaper.
They're
Yeah.
targeting the kids.
I don't know. I find it humorous
makes me
because
angry.
certain neighborhoods are, I guess, waking up faster than others, let's say, in regards to health and health care.
Yeah.
So it's kind of humorous. And certain people, let's just say, where it's kind of funny. I've said my daughter goes, "Oh, you drink soda? That has heart disease in it." And we were at a kids' party recently, and the mom was like, "Who wants something to drink?" And the kids were like, "Yeah, I do."
Yay.
And they're like, "Who wants Coke?" And like half the kids' hands went up, like, "I want soda." And they all threw down on their soda. And my kid's just like, "That gives heart disease." I'm like, "Oh, my kid's a nerd. Knows way too much.
Oh, my
Way too- I
gosh.
love her. I love her. Very well informed when it comes to health and food, if you will. Thanks, Mrs. Church.
But does she know how much it takes to consume?
to cause heart
Because
Cause
one
heart
day
disease,
you're
because
gonna
here's the deal.
need that
You know
soda.
what? I can, yeah, you know what? I drink a soda. I'm not going to have, you know.
My response was, "So does your mother." I mean, just, ooh, that wasn't right. I'm just kidding, Mrs.
take
Church. I love you.
Wow.
I love you so much. Your mother, Mrs. Church does not cause heart disease.
Wow,
Only
this
when she
is a
tries to
whole
leave.
different
When she tries to
show
leave.
now.
Today I learned an 18-month-old German Shepherd named Luna. We heard this one, man. He fell off a boat in the Pacific Ocean, swam 2 miles to a nearby island, survived for 5 weeks by eating mice before she was rescued by a team of Navy staffers.
That's a month and a week.
Who is this?
A dog, an 18-month-old German Shepherd named Luna, just
Wow.
randomly fell into the Pacific Ocean and swam 2 miles to a nearby island, survived for 5 weeks, and found to be slightly undernourished but in perfect condition otherwise. It's kind of crazy. I'm a dog lover, so I'm a big fan of that show. That's
Reminds me of Homeward Bound, minus the other
beautiful.
dog and the cat.
Yeah. What
And
was
they were stuck on
what
an
was
island.
Milo? Was Milo about a cat?
Like Milo and
oh,
Otis?
you don't want to
Yeah.
know that one.
Milo and Otis?
Oh
Yeah, I
no. Get ready
That's
to
a-
cry, Colorado Springs.
That's a
Oh, that's the
wonderful
reason I
movie.
never watched the end. Never
No,
mind.
Manny taught us No, we did a show about this. We were in this whole stay woke movement. We're like, we got to know the
we were
origin movement. We're learning. And so I come out with, I learned about bacon and eggs. Manny, crazy. Manny comes out with, Milo and Otis. Remember that? Beautiful.
Wonderful movie.
And I was like, yeah, I remember that, Manny.
It's got some guy narrating
Cat
the
murder.
life and story of this cat and this little
cat murder
pug.
movie. You know?
Okay, now I know what it is. My kid owns that.
Absolutely. See, such a great kids movie, right?
Cat murder
so
movie.
they couldn't film it, and basically they couldn't assemble it in America because
Right.
there was so many things that they
We like
had to
our
do.
animals.
Basically, PETA wasn't a thing, but there were still people that were like,
With a
nah.
conscience.
What did
Yeah.
they do?
They were like,
there was
no,
some like
that's
20
not
plus animals. Like that wasn't the cat at the beginning. Wasn't the cat at the end.
Was the dog the same one?
And I'm like I said, it wasn't a very good story.
Didn't they break one of the cat's arms or something?
It
It was
was-
dark. It was,
I told you, act surprised.
no, I told you jump. Like,
Well, here's the deal.
oh my
I'm
God.
gonna paint a picture here. They're at a cliff, right?
Oh, no.
The cat's at a cliff, and it's surrounded by seagulls. And obviously, the seagulls are trying to defend their eggs, and so they attack the cat, right? And so this cat is in the middle of all these seagulls getting attacked. Like, there's no people. This is just the story of a cat on an adventure, and it finds itself miraculously in the middle of this, seagull attack. And then all of a sudden, it jumps off the cliff because, well, what else is it gonna do? Into the ocean, like off a cliff, not just a small hill. This is a cliff, and it lands into the water.
No
And then
CGI
I
on
should
that.
not be laughing, but I'm
and
sorry.
then
It's
it's
so
dog
dark.
paddling to safety, so for. Nonetheless, in theory, I don't
Oh,
think
my
that this
Lord.
cat jumped.
Oh Lord!
I think it was thrown off.
They're like, you ready? Action!
And where exactly?
God.
Where?
Internet, find your.
Oh my
find your
gosh,
information
that
about
is-
Milo and Otis on
I'm,
the internet.
I'm really sorry. I didn't load the tape right on that
So,
tape.
I-
We need to reshoot that.
Take 4.
Take 4.
Bring 5 just in case.
Guys, we're at a cat's. Call the shelter.
Oh God.
It's
It was,
dark.
like I said,
Oh,
it was pretty
God.
bad. Milo,
Okay, well, I'm
so you
sorry
brought
for
it up.
even
Sorry for going there.
You wanted
Yeah.
to know about it.
saying
That was a good.
anything.
It was a good,
Good
show.
show. Yeah, good
but
show.
it was a tough show to get through. It was because I'm an animal lover, and it was like, no, yeah, bro, off a cliff. It's like no.
Shout out to all you cats out there.
Here we go. Hard left. But thanks.
Today I
educating
learned.
me.
This one's a good one. CBS used to add bird songs to their golf broadcast to get rid of awkward silences until they got caught by someone watching at home who knew the bird songs belonged to birds that didn't live in the region in which the golf tournament was being played. So like, it's too quiet when they're about to tee off. Let's put some like nice chirping in the
They
background.
tell everybody to be quiet.
Yeah. Do you know what's going on now with golf?
I hear there's a word that's not allowed to be said.
So that's one thing. And then
What's that word? I can't remember what the word is.
Well, I ain't saying that. Ooh,
Well,
no.
I heard it on the radio, so
No.
somebody could say. I just can't remember what it was said.
Well, for me, I haven't heard it other
Okay.
than the Stern Show one's references is what I've been
well,
hearing.
Stern, I think, takes it to a whole nother level.
Well,
Wait a
people
minute.
gotten
What?
excited. Yeah, they're
So
about
Happy
to tee
Gilmore
off.
status. You remember Happy Gilmore?
Yes.
You know, or like.
Right when they're about to tee off. He's about to hit.
Somebody did that?
But
They do
it's-
it now or right after. Right after they tee off, you'll hear somebody go, hit him with the hind! And everyone will be like, what?
Wait, what?
Well,
And then
they keep going. People will clap and be like, "Yeah, I think somebody screamed, hit him with the hind." Like
I
it's
don't
always
know what
some
that
drunk,
happened.
crazy Long Islander normally with a hard New York accent screaming it. Baba Booey! Like right after they hit, and yeah, to where they do it right afterwards. I guess that.
Yeah, I hear that a lot though. I actually been I followed the Masters for a few. Just
and then also some screams.
Yeah. Okay.
They were saying that
little wild.
viewership was going up because of it. So they started saying that it was actually a thing they were going to try to employ, allegedly, to where it's like, it makes sense. They got to get people to watch this stuff, I'm sure. Because for me, it's unless you play it, I'm guessing you got to be bored watching it. It's got to be boring to watch golf unless you play it. To where watching tennis, I know, is boring for a lot of people, but I have played tennis growing up with the Illuminati, you play these weird sports.
Right.
So we played tennis, and now when I like to watch tennis because I played it. Other than
There it
that,
is.
I'm not into I don't watch football, but I didn't play it. So I know every Sunday there's people that are.
I mean, well, I guess I did play it.
They love it. They love it. Anyway, back to it. Today I learned. Here we go. Comedian Ryan Stiles from Whose Line Is It Anyway? I don't know
Yeah.
if you guys remember that.
Yes.
He's been a frequent fundraiser for children with burn injuries, raising over $500,000 for the Burn Children Recovery Center since 2009, helping the foundation to recover from the economy crash of 2008. That's beautiful. That's beautiful.
That's people doing work with power.
That's
With
beautiful.
Power of money.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. Today I learned. Oh, Mark Twain. He's the guy who wrote Home of Original Hip Hop and R&B for us or something.
Absolutely.
Mark Twain, the guy.
Yeah, quoted.
Mark Twain Jr. I think said that.
Right. 1874.
Right.
Right outside of 7-Eleven.
Yeah. Outside 7-Eleven. Today I learned Mark Twain traveled extensively and once said travel is fatal to prejudice, bigotry, and narrow-mindedness, and many of our people need it sorely on these accounts. Broad, wholesome, charitable views of men and things cannot be acquired by vegetating in one little corner of the earth. And I agree severely and wholeheartedly with that because I've said when I got here to Colorado Springs, there's a severe community of veterans and vets to where I have never been exposed to such a thing, which immediately made me realize, oh, crap, we've been at war for how long? And this is still happening? And there's a whole community of people that are going through this on a regular basis every single day? What, because of people in suits trying to sell more missiles?
That's true.
Are we kidding? And I wasn't until I traveled out toward this area that I realized, wow, there are bubbles. And as we've talked, information bubbles where until you go into these places, you don't see it. It makes me sad. It makes me sad. It's real.
But that's real. Yeah, I was going to say that. But that's some real stuff.
Good old Mark Twain.
Thanks, Mark Twain.
Mark.
I love Mark Twain. I love Mark Twain. I'm a fan. Today I learned. Uh-oh. Do we have an announcement? Are we bringing this up?
No, we're good.
We're not bringing this up. You messing
No.
with everybody off there?
No, I found something in the studio. I'm just moving on.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, like I said, move on. Let's fire off some more of these. Today I learned.
Today I
Let's get into that.
learned.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate you guys for that, for tossing that in my face. Today I learned a Comcast customer who is constantly dissatisfied with his internet speeds set up a Raspberry Pi to automatically send an hourly tweet to Comcast when his bandwidth was lower than advertised. That's pretty genius. That's pretty genius.
You gonna let people know what a Raspberry Pi is?
Raspberry Pi is it is a computer operating system, if you will, to where on.
It's a tiny little box that can outwork your laptop. Just check it out.
Right, there you go.
Yeah, thank you. I was like,
Well, you gotta understand that. I mean,
It's operating
this is
system.
theater
It's-
of the
it's,
mind, man. You got to paint that picture for Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
I'm looking out for Colorado Springs,
There you
the
go.
listener.
Good.
You know what I mean?
I understand.
The Raspberry Pi.
The
Google it.
The Raspberry Pi. It's a good thing. And then look up Cody afterwards. It'll change your life. Good stuff. I had a guy yesterday at Walmart going, who's your internet provider? And I'm like, y'all haven't heard? It's free data. You just open your phone to unlimited Wi-Fi and then you stream from there.
Yay.
Why would I pay for anything except for other than through one bill? They haven't caught on yet or realized, or they have and they're out there going, uh-oh. This ain't going to go well for us very, very,
So
very
you're telling
soon.
me people can be running their internet from home from their phones?
If you have unlimited data, you can turn your phone into a hotspot and you can stream your Wi-Fi through your phone. And so if you have unlimited data and you want to watch a movie, you just connect to your phone on your Wi-Fi and you have unlimited data and stream whatever you want. I have a buddy of mine that lived deep in the woods that ended up, he would open up his Wi-Fi on his phone, had just enough for Wi-Fi or for Verizon service. And he would open up his phone, turn it on Wi-Fi, and stream plenty of movies.
Something I've noticed about church. He's known a lot of people who lived way off in the woods.
Deep.
I know.
Way off in the middle of nowhere.
And he's from like
That's
the
great.
most
I've
one of the
made-
most crowded places.
Well, I grew up in both spots. I told you it was the. I grew up where there's cows and chickens, and then I grew up where there's Harlem people with missing rims and the crack epidemic in the 80s and 90s. So it was between Harlem, New York,
You
and
grew
Sussex
up on
County.
Fort Carson?
No, No, it was between Harlem, New York, and Sussex County. It was awkward.
We had a house party one time on Fort Carson, and one of our boys woke up the next day and his car didn't have no wheels.
Ah, it happens.
Shout out Fort Carson.
Yeah.
MPs,
Wow.
MP detectives out there. I'm sure you guys are on that.
That's real, man.
Jump right on it while he's riding around with his rims.
They're like, we'll check the pawn shops.
I got pictures of some of that stuff. Now, obviously not on here, but literally missing rims. They used to drive around and take engines out of cars. Like they literally.
They're fast.
Yeah, I'm not joking.
They're
Go
like
look it
pit
up.
crews of the street, man.
Yeah, they'd roll up with a wrecker and take your motor. In the 80s and 90s, I'm not joking.
That's
real.
My hat's off to you. If you can pull it off, you're
I,
a pro.
I saw our car radio being stolen. I walked out. I was with my dad, and they were like, "Preacher, someone's stealing your radio!" And there he is, holding my hand and can't do nothing.
Could have drug you and
had
beat
to
you. Well,
beat
not,
the
I
guy
mean,
with
beat
him.
Them with you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like, let go of my stereo.
You had to just watch it go and just go, oh.
You've
Oh,
been
that
like,
sucks.
Daddy, no.
And from then, he ended up with that little suitcase, tape deck.
The stereo with the handle
The
on
handle,
it.
little
And
tape
you can
deck
pull
with
it
the
in and
handle.
out of your car.
That was it. And you just yank on it, pull it in,
no,
walk
it's-
inside church with his Bible in one hand and his little cassette tape player in
Dude,
the other.
I want one.
That's
You
real.
get me one of those for Christmas? Can I have one for
That's
Christmas,
a hard
man?
to come by situation.
I know.
You were asking for a
Anything
lot
is
there.
possible.
That'd be a great gift.
You were asking for a lot there. That's
Yeah,
almost
I
like I
know.
want an 8-track player in
I'll
my
find you one.
vehicle
Okay.
to install in the vehicle.
I know some people.
It's gonna be
It
a
was
tough
the best
one.
speaker.
I know some
my
people that
8-track
could do some
player.
surgery.
You got the stuff.
No joke. I know
He's
some
got
people
the
that are
stuff.
qualified, man. Shout out to my boy Ben. He's got his barbershop. What is that? Set and Trends? Set and Trends Barbershop?
Right.
Go check him out, man.
Word.
Yeah.
I need a haircut, by
That
the
guy,
way.
he can put a stereo in your grandma's forehead. Like, he can do anything.
He's like, I got you.
Like, he can do it.
No worries. You need this unicorn collar on the side of your car? I got it.
Got
Worked
it.
out. I can wire that up all day long.
That's Ben.
I've done this before.
And now he's cutting hair.
Wow.
Nice.
Beautiful. Today I learned. Then 13-year-old, she was 13 at the time, Danielle Lay, I love this one I've heard of, a Girl Scout in San Francisco, was the first Girl Scout to make news by selling cookies outside a marijuana dispensary.
Oh yeah, I remember
Young
that one.
entrepreneurs.
That's
She
it's
sold-
beautiful.
Lady
It's beautiful.
entrepreneurs, hats off.
She sold 117 boxes in 2 hours.
Thank you.
Honestly,
Genius.
a genius.
And here's the deal, let her.
Oh.
Like, that's my stance on it. So get mad at me. I got
I
I got a daughter
I
in
mean,
Girl
why?
Scouts.
She's not going in there. You know, she
Right.
just knows.
It's culture.
Keep 'em
it's
hot.
a part of our culture. It's a part of their culture. Regardless, I mean,
it's hard to find Girl Scout cookies, let alone. I mean,
They are. I mean, if you don't want to go to Walmart,
yeah.
any of those.
I feel like the kid should have the opportunity to do whatever it's designed to do wherever it can do it. You know what I mean? And I mean, the kid's not in any harm.
Right.
Again, it's a culture thing. People are getting upset personally. You know what I'm saying? Like
You
that's
like
all
they're
it's
at
about.
their house or
Right,
something.
you know what
Just
I'm
jealous
saying?
their kid didn't think of doing it.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
So
exactly what it is. Because
it's
I'm like, that's
cultural,
genius.
It's just differences amongst community, and that's what frustrates me. But nonetheless, there's going to come a day, and that's where I'm excited, because there's going to come a day where we don't have that anymore.
I hope so. Because some of this stuff is
bro,
getting silly.
There was a time when we had prohibition, okay, and that was obviously kind of a rough time for alcohol. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And now you've got 15 beer providers at a church event. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like everybody's coming together and having a good time. So, you know what I'm saying? Like all I want is just time. Like you can be upset, you can be mad right now. That's emotional. That's personal. That's you. I'm just ready for. I'll wait for the movement.
You're ready for the change.
Yeah,
These
I'll
things
just
come with time.
Just got to be patient.
Today I learned. An American woman never learned what happened to her husband, whose plane was shot down over Les Vents?
What?
I don't know. A place in France during
Okay.
World War II.
France place.
Something like that. She finally got her congressman to reopen his case in 2011. She was
That a girl.
shocked to learn the town had been memorializing him and his sacrifice for 67 years.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow. That's amazing. She had no idea her husband's famous in a whole nother part of the world because he's that big of a hero.
Right.
And then brought to attention.
So he was shot down in this town, and then they immortalized him.
Right,
Somehow? Like,
right.
I mean,
Probably
I'd
stopped
like to know more about that maybe later.
Yeah.
Gonna have to look into that one a little bit deeper. To
We're
It's
gonna
where
get
pretty
into
dope,
some
though.
music.
we will in a moment after we pay some bills by plugging our beautiful people who bring us this show.
And I want to get on the phone with Red from the Speakeasy.
Ooh.
So we can let everybody know we're going to be open today.
Yeah.
So we can come smoke some trees and
Talk about the silliness that occurred.
Yeah, at the Speakeasy yesterday. But we had a heck of a 420 if you want to talk about that too.
421 was also awesome.
That was also as well. Yeah, I'm never going to complain about a private event. Yeah.
It was dope.
All right. So
It's
gonna
like all
not-
quiet and all
Yeah,
that.
because
we're all reminiscing
Dope.
about
No, what's
Yeah.
happening right now is I want to speak, but I'm shutting up because I want Red to be here because I don't
Right.
want to comment on any of this.
All right, let's
because
try to
I
get
just
Red.
want to speak, so I want to get out of this. So
Whether he
Warp
calls
Zone
or
Gaming
whatever.
is in the back of the Speakeasy Vape Lounge, which will be open today, and hopefully we will be discussing what happened yesterday. So I can't speak because I'm shutting up right now so hardcore. The Speakeasy Vape Lounge houses Warp Zone Gaming right now, where Warp Zone Gaming provides video games for establishments with just areas of space. Honestly, you got space, you want video games, they got the
I'll
games
take
for
care of you.
That's real. And they got retro games. That's the real.
All the good ones.
All the ones that matter.
Locally bought.
And sourced. Oh my gosh.
I vote with my dollar.
He does.
So I shop local retro game stores,
That's right.
flea markets, garage sales.
We're all about small businesses.
And
Build
everybody's
'em
like,
up.
why you tell
Holla
people
at
where you
us.
get your games? I'm like, because I don't care. I want you to go and buy them too. You know what I mean? Like I'm out here just trying to save them and preserve them so we can smoke weed and play them.
And play 'em.
in a licensed legal place.
Because it'll be gone soon.
With grown adults. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
where it's licensed for people to go
Right.
consume, where they gave the license for them to consume.
Right,
They gave it
absolutely.
to them. They said
Right.
you're allowed. Stop, Manny. You bring
I
me
know,
back
I
into
know.
it.
All right, Red 7.
Bring
Let's
me back
call an
into it,
audible.
Manny.
All right, let's talk about
Warp
about,
Zone
let's
Gaming,
talk
I
about
love
gloves.
you.
Let's talk about gloves.
You're right.
Let's
Warp
talk about
Zone Gaming, I
gloves.
love you. And Lab Builder Supplies, we
Let's talk
love
about
you as
gloves.
well.
Let's talk about gloves. Calm down.
Lab Builder Supplies.
Gloves.
Gloves. If you are
Creepy.
using a 3D printer to 3D print DMT, give us a call here at the Manny and Dr. Church Show. I'm looking for your file.
What?
I'm sorry. I thought I was reading a commercial,
Gloves,
then I
fool.
started reading a different thing. I'm sorry.
Gloves.
Gloves. Lab Builder
Thank you.
supplies people with gloves, especially people in the cannabis industry, to where if you are a trimmer or if you are a mechanic, if you are a tattooist, if you use these nitrile gloves, you've seen them, all different colors. We've got them, and at legitimate, affordable prices to where now...
No, don't just say legitimate, affordable price. You blowing the market out right now.
Right now.
With
That's
your
right.
420 special right now.
$4.20 a
A
box. $42 a case.
How many gloves are coming in that box?
There's 100 gloves in the box. There's 1,000 in a case. So $42 gets you 1,000 pairs of gloves.
Come on, guys. Y'all can't even beat that.
Nobody can right
No
now.
one's got
Even
that.
if you don't think that you need gloves,
You might wanna
I would
stock
get
up.
them. I mean, especially while they're
Listen,
so affordable right
you
now.
don't know when you're going to have that baby and have to change them diapers. Y'all don't
True
know what it's
story.
like maybe without... You remember what it was like without gloves.
Yep, you don't know when your friend's going to throw up in
Get
your
something
bathroom.
in your nail or in your fingers.
And they're not going to clean it up.
True story. You ready for
You
this?
know
This is
what?
going to be sad.
Okay.
I had a friend
I like
that passed
true
away.
Sad. I like true sad stories.
I had a
about
friend
people
passed away,
dying.
age
All right, bring it on.
29. Age 29 passed away. True
Oh,
story.
and he's
Shout out
young?
Mickey.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. Had a 3-month-old, okay?
Oh, shit. Hey, he had family.
Gets sadder.
And kids.
That's right, 3 of them, okay? He's changing the diaper. Now, allegedly, spinal meningitis and so on, one of the causes could be bacteria, which could get under the fingernails and so on, which could be transferred from bacteria. You change your baby's diapers without gloves, you don't know what could happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm only allowed to make this really dark commercial because he was a really close best friend of mine. So,
That's a heck of
shout out to my boy
glove
Mickey. I
commercial.
miss him out in heaven because I'm sure he's watching us on the radio with the rest of our viewers.
Well, and then all the germaphobes, all the
They view us with their
germaphobes right
ears.
now, you know, they're like, man,
Viewers.
I should go get some gloves. Cause
You should
I
think
don't wanna-
about it.
I know
I'm
now
gonna die.
everybody's like
I'm gonna
phobic.
die.
If you're going to the mall, you've gone to the mall, you've seen those escalators. They nasty. Get
your gloves on.
Lab Builder Supplies.
Black
They're
people
affordable
don't do
enough.
that. Black people do not do that. Don't put on gloves.
No,
going
you
up
need
as-
gloves.
People are going to think other stuff is about to go down.
Listen, well,
Right.
all right, that's true too. I mean, but in that same
Unless you
respect,
have your big
no
yellow,
fingerprints.
unless you have your big yellow,
in them strange same respects, the Caucasian community
Your
does some
litigate
strange
pad.
things
your litigation pad.
Your litigation pad.
You have it around your neck.
Lab Builder Supplies. Contact them today. The phone number, if you can actually remember this,
Is
719-722-4181. 719-722-4181. And that's real people.
Can I get the alphabet backwards, please?
ZYXWVUTSRQPONMLK JIHGFEDCBA.
and that's the reason you need the gloves, because that's what they make you do.
They help you learn. Become
Right.
smarter.
All right.
And
what kind
learning's
of
half
music
the
we gonna
battle.
get into?
I got the light with Common. Hey. I got some Bubba Sparks, ODB. I got some old school classics, because that's what we do. We're protecting these airwaves.
Playing the real.
You just sighed. You're
Hip-hop.
thinking about them twins again.
Stop it, Manny.
Colorado Springs, Dr. Churches have
Stop it,
twins.
Manny.
Winning.
No one asked
I
you to
couldn't
bring
hold
that
it
up.
in anymore.
He's going to have to get a minivan.
We'll be back. We'll be back.
Sucker
We'll
dad.
be back.
Keep it locked.
Manny, I leave your open-toed cowboy shoes off the air, okay, for a reason.
You
And now
shouldn't
you're
need to
bringing
talk
up my
about it.
twins on the air. This isn't right, Manny. I told you.
need to talk about
Open-toed cowboy boots, bro. Not right.
They're the new soccer shoes.
All right, guys.
Just get used to that.